so that we have this. And I just wanted to say hello to everybody. This is Shelley Valet, and we are on week 4 of our 6 weeks to success. And I've got Kate and Eve with me here, so I'm really glad you guys were able to join in. Thanks. Eating your dinner. I caught you, didn't I? Yep. Okay. Good.
Sorry.
Good. So as long as you're willing to share, that's perfectly all right.
Here, one bite.
Absolutely. I know. Actually, I used my. Actually, I need to share the screen here, don't I? My Rock Crock and my Slow Cook base to make some chili. I'm heading out of town for Lead Plus seminar tomorrow morning through Saturday night, and so I made a great big pot of chili for everybody, and the family is raring to go. So I'm excited to have them feed themselves for the weekend. Right? Alrighty. So we're on week 4, and you are actually halfway there, which is amazing, right? We're not living on a prayer. We're doing what needs to be done. Who is this who's this singer? Are you guys familiar with them?
John Bon Jovi.
Is that who that is? Okay, I was thinking Aerosmith, but maybe I have it wrong. Bon Jovi. Okay, good deal. And we've got our rock and roll hats on. So halfway there, and what have we actually learned so far? This particular week, we're working on a really fun topic of recruiting, but so far, you tell me, from the 3 weeks that we've proceeded already, halfway through the program, what are the big takeaways that you've learned so far?
Well, it's good that you have skills. Skills being, you can stand up in front of people and you can talk to them and say, this is our Rock Crock, and it's made from fired clay, which is covered in ceramic, and on and on and on like that. Mm-hmm. But you need to add the benefits. I mean, because you're just basically giving them facts and figures, and everybody knows that's boring. But if you can tell them, this will make your dinner time so much faster and so much easier, and right. Even cleanup is easier because it goes right in the dishwasher and stuff like that. That's a good thing to know.
So your features versus benefits, and just having it down. Like you, right. You posted about the double burner grill pan the other day.
Did I? Oh, I did. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Tell me about that. You said it went on sale?
I shared that. I shared something that Tanya had posted on her team page.
Okay. Yes, it is on sale. There's sales. I saw those other sales for the griddle is also on sale, and there's a few other things that are on sale. It looks like some that they're going to be discontinuing at the end of spring.
Okay. Well, I completely missed it. So where did you find the sale information?
On the website, when I was looking at the discontinued products and then the sales, it also had the spring-summer sales. You know how they had that page for the fall-winter discontinued and sale items? There's one for spring.
Oh, great.
Wow. I'm going to click
on that. That's where it is.
Okay.
Well, I'm so glad you asked, Shelley. So Eve could tell us, because speaking of burners, it was on my back burner to look it up and find out what that was.
Yeah. I spotted that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need Eve or Kate to fill me in, because I do not remember seeing anything on sale. But this was the one, the sale items from the fall winter, right? So they have a similar one for spring summer. I'm so excited. I'm going to go look for that when we're done. Okay, terrific. Thank you very much. So thank you, because you know what? I don't know all of it either, and I'm always trying to improve my skills as well, and we help each other. So that's great. So I know Eve is driving, but Kate kind of got us started talking about your skills. You've learned that your passion and your excitement about your business just really shines through, and you want to be sure to show that. And sometimes you can't always convey that through text message and email and Facebook messages. Sometimes it's just got to be the tone of your voice. I called a gal yesterday who has been wanting to rebook since the fall when she canceled her party. And, I got her on the phone, and I heard her voice, and I could hear it. I could hear it when she goes, I said, yeah, hey, this is Shelley with the Pampered Chef. And I could hear the wheels turning like, oh gosh, that's right. I needed to reschedule that and I haven't, and can I do it? And you just like, it could, but it would have been easier for her to go, oh, talk to me later via text. But it was the excitement in my voice, and we scheduled it for March 21st. So you got to do it. Alrighty. So do you have, last week's topic was host coaching. Do you have any questions?
No, but I do have a comment, because I always did host coaching before, but I kind of only did half of what was really going to be the most productive. And to see it repeated over and over, that how important it is to talk to your host and explain how many people need to be contacted, and that they need to be contacted a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Be sure and collect outside orders, and to help her see the goal of having $1,000 party.
Right. And the possibilities of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. So that's just absolutely huge. And it can't just be a one-time thing. I mean, think about your kids. How many times have you shown them how to clean the kitchen or clean their room or
Close the front door when they go out?
Exactly. And believe it or not, yeah, we're adults, not kids, but we're very similar. You need that repetition and that excitement and that, encouragement. So they, whatever they're doing right, you encourage them to do more of. You've invited 5 people to your party. Oh my gosh, that's such a great start. I mean, make sure it's authentic for you. And then you say, well, I know you're not done, but if you were to stop at 5 people invited, we'd have 1 at our party. So let's look at your list and see who you left out. And you then raise the bar for them and help them. So that is the number one thing that our hosts give feedback about, is they want to hear from their consultant more. They want more guidance. They want more attention. They want more help. And once you get in the role of doing it, you will just, it'll be on autopilot and your parties will improve big time. So we talked about, making host coaching videos. Have you tried that at all?
I have not done that. I've done videos in the past, usually when I'm in the middle of going, oh, I'm making dinner and I'm using something that I haven't talked about. So I'll grab my phone and I'll make a video, but it's
good.
It's kind of more on the fly.
Okay. And that's great. So you have kind of a library of videos that you can pull from.
Yeah.
That are generic enough. They don't talk about this month's special, so that
Right.
way you can reuse them.
Some of them do, but yeah.
Okay.
But the idea of even on virtual parties to make a video for a couple, like a welcome video, so they have an idea of who this person is. They know the host, but they don't know who you are, probably.
Right. Oh, absolutely. That is essential. That makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Because it brings it to life. It really, you want to have, so if you were going to do that, you'd make a generic-ish kind of video that doesn't mention your host's name for the beginning, and one for the middle, and one for the end. In fact, Gail Schendelman told me that she recorded 4 videos for her virtual parties. And during the first one, she said in each, there's going to be a couple of videos and you want to listen for the letter of the day.
Oh, yeah.
So you could do that with your host coaching. You could take your host coaching messages that you need to convey and divvy them up into 4 different batches and record yourself a video for each one and give a letter of the day at the end of each one. And then they'll be watching to listen and find that letter. And then, in her case, I guess the letters were F, O, O, and D. Hello. It's we play with our food. So it made it fun. And they watched them and they waited for them and they were eager to have them. But if you recorded them one time through with your host coaching messages, then it would be a simple matter of just plugging them into your, you could send them via text, you could send them via email, you could send it via Facebook message. How cool would that be, huh? Okay, so the video idea is a really good idea about the host coaching. Any other questions about host coaching? Did you print off the fridge reminder sheet that that Jennifer made?
I have not. I have saved in Evernote, but I haven't printed them out yet. I printed out some of the other stuff that she had, but I don't think I printed that one out.
Okay, take a look for that one then.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So here's what we're going to do. This week's topic is all about recruiting, and we did our check-in call last night. And if you watched Jennifer do her video, I mean, she's excited and she gave lots of really good tips and ideas. And it's just all about sharing the fun, sharing the excitement. And Eve really hit on it last night when we were talking, the biggest takeaway she had, and I see she's muted right now because I know that she's driving, that it really doesn't have to be this great big formal recruiting interview, right? A recruiting chat is simply two people chatting and talking about doing Pampered Chef. And it's there's no one single perfect thing that you can or should say in those chats. It's really just a matter of finding out, asking questions, and letting them answer them. Mm-hmm. And not being the one who's doing all the talking like I am right now. So Eve, you're back in a safe place. Did you have anything else from the on that topic from the training video that you wanted to share? As she's walking through the grocery store. Are you in Costco? I need some salad dressing if that works. She's still muted. Okay, I thought you were back in your kitchen. Alrighty.
Oh.
What's that?
Okay, I unmuted myself. You need me to pick up something for you?
No, I'm kidding. That's fine. Okay, so when and you've got background noise, so I'll let you mute yourself again. Thank you. Alrighty, so how do you know what to say? There are actually some really useful tools that Pampered Chef has got available. So there is a 7-question recruiting flyer that you can just save a copy on your phone. And whenever you're chatting with somebody about doing Pampered Chef, you can just say, hey, I've got this little list of questions here on my phone that is a little help for me when I help somebody, because I don't want to miss anything, right? So let me open that up. You do not have to come off as a professional recruiter. You don't have to be perfect. You can show them, here are the little tools that I use to get my job done. I've got a crutch, and this is what I use, and it's a little helpful thing. That way I don't have to have it all memorized, right? And there's recruiting cards, which are also good to use in person, or there's an app. There's actually an app with those recruiting cards available on it that you can have on your phone. Have either of you used either of those tools?
I used the cards once or twice way back when we first got them. I used them to practice on some people.
Mm-hmm. How'd it go?
In an official capacity yet.
Well, and anytime that you're quote unquote practicing on someone, that counts. That absolutely counts. And it never has to be an official capacity. Anytime you're talking with someone, you could say, hey, would you let me practice? I'm trying to kind of just master my, improve my skills at my job. Is it okay if I practice on you? So they could, 20 years from now, you could still be saying, yeah, this is not official, but I've helped 200 new people join Pampered Chef, and it doesn't have to be real formal and real official, luckily. Okay, and I love this last part right here. Just ask a question and then be quiet and listen. Just let them answer you, right? So she does have here, this actually is 7-question interview worksheet, and Jennifer made a video, and it's on YouTube, that shows how to do 7-question recruiting. So I will make a screenshot of this and post that on our 6 Weeks to Success page so that you have access to it. And the actual document is right here, super simple, www.tiny.cc/current-consultant. And it's the 7 questions right there. So very, very easy. And it's, I mean, can you read that? It's pretty little on the screen, but here are the 7 questions. Can you read it, Kate? Okay,
No.
number 1 is tell me what it is about Pampered Chef that interests you. Okay, number 2 is what type of qualities do you have that you think would make you a good consultant? Number 3 is when you look at your calendar over the next 6 or 8 weeks, do you have 4 to 6 days that you could leave your home for a few hours to have a party? Number 4, on the days you do have shows, do you have someone who can watch your kids? Number 5 says it costs $159 plus tax to start your business. And again, this one was made a couple years ago, so that now there's 3 kit options. You could make number 5. Which one of the 3 kits have you selected? Which one do you want, right? Number 6, what type of training works best for you? And then you basically go back through 1 through 6 and well, it looks like you've got the answers to all of these questions. So number 7, my last question is, when do you want to get your first paycheck? Or what do you think? Are you ready to get started? Okay.
That's a good question. Can I ask you something about, was it the second one that says, what type of qualities do you have that you think would make you a good consultant?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little curious about that, because if somebody asked me that, of course you never asked me that. You just wanted to know when I was going to get started. But I would probably say, oh, I can't do that. And we hear that a lot when we're talking about recruiting, that people will say, oh, I can't stand up in front of people and talk, or I can't do that, or I don't have the time, or stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious as to, apparently it's gotten her some good results, or she wouldn't have it as one of the questions, but mm-hmm. I'd like your take on that.
Sure thing. So Eve, can you hear us?
She's frozen there.
She's frozen there. Okay. We may have lost her. This is a conversation that you're having with somebody who has expressed some interest in doing Pampered Chef.
Okay. So it's somebody who's already been curious about it and asked.
Absolutely. It's not the questions that you'd be asking, say, at when you're sitting down to do your checkout at the end of the party, okay. Your full service checkout. That question, the question you ask at that point is, would you like to talk more about doing Pampered Chef? Would you like to sit down and chat with me about doing Pampered Chef? Now, they may say yes, and you do it 30 seconds later, in which case these questions are, this is what you do. But there's inviting, and then there's, kind of like interviewing or talking about it, right? So the 2 different stages, right?
These are the interview ones.
The interview ones, yeah. And sometimes this isn't even necessary. Let's say you are at full service checkout or you're chatting with somebody on the phone, and you say, like you're supposed to, by the way, I don't know if I've ever asked you this, but have you ever thought about doing Pampered Chef? And then you go like this. You let them answer. And if they say yes, then you may not even need to get to these 7 questions, because guess what the next question is?
When would you like to get started? I don't know.
It's either when would you like to get started, or are you looking for more information, or do you just need to know how to get started? Okay. Because you may assume that you need to tell them all this stuff when in fact they're ready to go. All right. And you need to know the answer to that so that you don't waste your time or their time. You can just, hear which kit do you want and open up the cell phone and have them order it. Uh-huh. Okay. Is this helpful?
Yeah.
Okay. Terrific. So I'll do a screenshot of that, and post that link so that you can you can have access to those too. The interview cards are very, very, very simple. You can actually, on what next time you order your catalogs, toss a set of interview cards on your order
I have
and
them.
carry them along in your purse with you. And really, they're conversation starters.
Okay.
Okay.
I have them, but I don't carry them in my purse. I need to do that.
Put them in an envelope or in a Ziploc bag so that it's clear. For me, out of sight is out of mind. A Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
In my purse, and that way they stay together and I can see them and it reminds me.
And
So
they
you
don't get all beat up.
Yeah, they don't get all mushed up, right? But they're just little pieces of paper. You can print them out. So on the website, do a little search for interview cards, shoot it off to your printer. It is a really good idea, to practice them, and I think that's coming up here too. So interview and card instructions, if you don't know what to say, it is all laid out for you. There are really good tools on our website. So this little link right here will take you directly to instructions on how to use the interview cards. Okay, if you actually need that. All right, no, I didn't get that. Okay, 6 weeks to success. We got that. Okay, any questions about those two resources?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. Okay.
Eve's smiling, so she must be good.
Eve's smiling. Talk about multitasking. Look at her. Okay, this is not wanting to load all that. Okay, there we go. This is the recruiting cards and interview cards. All right. So that's on there. Okay, so then you take a look at this and, oopsie, go with that. But I really don't want you to freak out. It's just a conversation. And if someone's to that point where they want to talk more about doing Pampered Chef, there shouldn't be anything scary about it because they're really looking for information from you and they're looking for your help. And the most important thing to remember is it's not about you. Like if they ask a question that's, how many shows do you do a week? Do you know what that question really means?
How many shows could they do a week?
Exactly. They couldn't care less how many you do. If they ask, what does your husband think about you doing this?
And turn that back around too. What do you think your husband would? Are you afraid your husband will object? Or
yeah, they're wondering what my husband is going to think, right? Exactly. If they ask, how much money do you make? They want to know how much money can I make? Or if they ask, can you earn, can you earn money doing this? They want to know, could I earn? So really, they're thinking about them. So there's nothing to be nervous about because it's everybody just by nature is thinking about themselves. Mm. And in this environment, in this role, you should be thinking about them too, because this is, you have the opportunity to gift somebody a Pampered Chef business that could earn them an extra $100 a week or $500 a month or $1,000 a month or $12,000 at the end of the year. Do you know that the average foreclosed house could have been saved with an extra $100 a month?
Wow.
It is absolutely true. And you have that ability to give that to somebody. Mm. So it really is in your best interest. How rewarding, how utterly and completely rewarding if you set a goal, an objective of having one of these chats, a conversation with 2 people a week, 1 person a week. The odds say that you would welcome at least 1 person a month if you talk to 4 people a month. Mm-hmm. And you could have a great big impact on somebody who really needs it. It's not about you. It's not about us. It's about those folks out there who are hurting and struggling and wondering how to pay the bills and how to get the kids a new set of shoes, or the garage door just went out and it's going to cost $300. Heaven forbid, or I just got in a car accident and I don't have enough insurance to replace my car. So those are the kinds of things that you have the ability to help somebody solve those problems. It's not up to you to decide who you should or should not invite to do Pampered Chef. Your job is simply to invite. and it's just a conversation. We get so hung up on ourselves, huh?
Yes.
It's not just me, huh? I was there. It's been a couple years now, but I was absolutely right there too. Okay, so you're trying to, at this point, really, we're looking at our still working on all of our skills and all of these pillars of our success. And your skills are super, super important. And this skill of recruiting is just that. It is a skill. It can be broken down into the things that you need to do, the actions you need to take. And one of the very first actions is being able to say to somebody, you know, I may never have asked you about this before, but I was wondering, have you ever thought about doing Pampered Chef? And if that doesn't come out super comfortable and easy, you need to practice it. I want you to find a friend and practice that.
Okay.
Because it should just be as natural as saying, hey, how would you like to have dinner together next week? Let's invite some friends together and try out that multi-pot. Oh my good gracious. So Eve, we got to get your hands on the multi-pot. All righty. There are a lot of steps that you can take to become good at a good recruiter. Here are 10 of them. And the first one I just mentioned, practice recruiting a friend. Just practice. Just tell them, you know, I know you would never, ever, ever do this. So would it be okay if I practice on you? You might be surprised, right?
Yeah, I would be.
Yep, you might be. You might be. So there's a list of items here: studying the simple recruiting cards, watching and listening to home office trainings. If you can see the rest of that list, does anything jump out at you that would be particularly a good idea for you personally?
Well, the practicing with a friend, definitely. I need to do that a lot more. There's so many trainings between YouTube and what's on PCU. So many videos. I need to put it on my calendar that I'm going to do. I'll have to decide how many trainings do I want to watch a week. Pick a number and put it on my calendar.
Right. Calendar it in, and then calendar in time to take the actions. Do the training, take the action. Do the training, take the action. So that it's not just a steady stream of training. You want to see the results. And if you take the action, you'll get the results. That's the belief triangle. Take the action, get the results. It reaffirms your belief. Take the action. So, right?
Right.
So just doing the training is not the means to the end. It's that hopefully is getting you motivated on a weekly basis to take the right actions.
I need to work more on that leg of the triangle because I do trainings like crazy.
I know. I know.
I don't do actions like crazy. I need to do that so I get results like crazy.
Exactly. I think you got hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Got it. All righty. So are there any questions?
I will probably have more once I actually finish looking at the video and doing that homework and stuff.
Super.
I'll have more.
Super. And the homework this week is to make sure you've watched Jennifer's video, YouTube video, and at the end of that video she gives you this link, and it's Recruiters Tell All with two of our fabulous top recruiters. And then you go to the Pampered Chef University, click on recruiting, click on peer sharing, and watch the video. And then you want to share with your recruiter your 5 best takeaways from the training. That's your homework this week. And then fill out the link to report your homework. And when you do that, you will be invited back for week 5. And I will drop the video for week 5 this coming Sunday. And we are closing in on the home stretch, getting ready for our exciting celebration at Wente Vineyards. I'm so excited to have you guys here. We've recorded this training this evening so that the rest of our team can listen in on the recording. And I'm going to see what else I've done. All right. And when you do the link for the reporting your homework, it'll ask you all of these questions. So be ready to fill those all in. All right. I've been following your homework. I'm eager to read it on when I get back from Chicago.
Yeah. Have a good time. Bring back a lot of info.
It's going to be remarkable. Eve, do you have anything else while we have you here?
No, sounds good. Those are
Okay.
same slides that Jennifer Courtney went over. So, yep, that's good.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you very much for joining us, gals. I am going to stop sharing my screen here so we can say goodbye. Have a wonderful evening. And Eve, I will shoot you a message to see if you need some products, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ladies. Bye-bye.
Thanks.